Hello everybody, this week's episode is sponsored by Weapons Down, Gloves Up. It's a 10-week boxing programme for unemployed 19 to 25 year olds with job outcomes. Tony Bellew is a part of the company and they have recently developed an e-learning modules.
Welcome to our Weapons Down, Gloves Up e-learning programme. We're going to cover 10 modules of blended intervention education combined with sport. Our mission is to change the lives of young people and provide a direct pathway into civil engineering careers.
Hello everybody, welcome to Billy Mo's podcast, part 2 with Darren Smith.
Are we going to shake hands, Bill? Because we've had a bit of fucking stick over the last one. I don't know what was wrong with the first one. You know what I mean? Let's go through the rigmarole anyhow, lads. Is that good enough? What about that one? And what the Corona one there, lads? That. Oh, give it the fucking South End one. High five from the 80s, Leroy there.
Right. So thanks anyway for coming on again.
Yeah.
The first one went down really well.
Yeah, and I'm quite surprised, but I thought it was a boring cunt, to be honest with me.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, and just the lads, I cane the lads' heads in the gym, to be honest, mate.
No. I got to know you, mate, and I thought, you know what, you're a very likeable character. And I think that's what the people see.
I don't know, on one of the comments, someone said the chin them in the bar, not that fucking likeable. But you know, he deserved it, though, lad. Sorry for chinning you, kid. It's just one of them. It's been one of them nights, lads. So go ahead, Phil. What did you want to ask me?
So, right.
I'll always tell the truth. I'm open to anything. I won't blag you or that. I'll just tell the truth, lad, and let's see how we roll.
All right, let's see how we roll. Right, so just talk about, like, you've talked about, like, growing up.
Yeah.
Right? You've touched on your bodybuilding career.
Yeah.
You've touched on the doors and that. But you've also worked on the doors abroad as well, haven't you? Because since I've got to know you, I've got to...
Yeah, for a lad, I only lasted 3 nights. But I did go over, I went over to Marbella about 2 years ago, and I did go over with the intentions of working on the door. Because a kid I knew put me in touch with some kid who ran the doors out there. And what it was is, I went to Marbella on holiday, me and my bird and the kids. And I went to this gym, and I'm looking around the gym training. I was in decent shape. And I'm looking around the gym training some of these PTs, and he didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. So I started talking to one of the kids, nice kids they were, a Cockney kid and an Irish kid. They had the cafe in the gym. And the gym was a belted gym though, it's called M13. It's fucking took off, rootless now, fucking hell mate. It's really busy, boss gym. And the owner's fucking sound, big Russian kid he is. So talking to these 2 kids in a cafe, and he said, wouldn't you fancy coming over and doing a bit of PTing? And I'd never thought about it, to be honest. And then I went, do you know what, I wouldn't mind fucking coming over here and doing a bit of that. And I went home, and then I come back on holiday, trained in there again, got talking to a few more people. And then what happened was, someone I knew a kid who had a load of doors out there, but I hadn't worked for a long time, lad.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't really want to get back in it. But before the PTs took off, I'll just do a bit of door work. So I went for a meeting with this kid over there, a London kid. He runs all the doors out there, and he said to me, we could do with a fella like you. I said, fucking hell. Like me, he goes, yeah, an older fella. He said, you know, on some of the doors, look, he said, what if I give you $2.5 grand, right? He said, for working for a month. And I thought, he said, all your NI paid, all your tax paid and all, I'll give you the contract. You come and work the summer out here. And I thought you only had to work fucking like the weekends, Bill. I thought, oh, fucking hell, is right, lad. I'll go over and have a little blast of that.
Yeah.
So I went over. And first club I ever fucking worked on, it was like one, it's round by fucking, is it Ocean, where they have the beach parties. I worked on a club round the corner from there on the front. I can't remember the name, but it goes on there. Now, they don't start the clubs till 12 o'clock, Bill. So it gets there, and when it gets there, there's all these fucking Spanish fellas and loads of Nigerians, like lucky men, to be honest.
Yeah.
Might work there, but a few other kids, big Jamaican kid on the door, older fella. So he goes, this is blah, this is Darren, this is, I think his name was Ray, this is Ray. So me and him and another English kid worked on the front. He went, you stay up here, the 3 older fellas will stay on the front, and all the younger lads will go downstairs. I said, sound. So what it was there, lads, is everyone wants to fucking show off in Marbella.
Yeah.
And the doorman, how can I put it? They were quite fucking rude. No one had a laugh. It was all that gear. No standing there.
Dead serious, yeah.
Dead serious kid, chewing and all that. no flex of the neck and that. And I'm not about all that, lad. So when it was on the, like, it gets on the front on the queue and I'm going, here, lad, get in here, blah, blah. And all the kids were made up with me because they weren't used to an English fella being like that and being on the door, because there's not many English doors. So I was flying. Next minute, everyone starts throwing me 50 quid. I don't know why, right? I think it's everyone that over there likes to show off and, you know, give the doorman a tip and all that. So this Jamaican fella's, he's fucking looking at me and I'm taking tips off everyone. I ended up with about 400 quid. But I felt a bum at first, like, so, you know, you're like, I don't want it to, but these kids are going, yeah, get a bevy. I was just letting them the front of the queue. If I seen an English kid and he was saying, I go, lad, yeah, get in the front. So he didn't like it, so he sent me fucking downstairs. This is my first night, and I'm downstairs, and you work till like 8 in the morning. So at the end, and up, I comes and leans on the fucking door like that, right? So this Jamaican kid goes, don't be leaning on the door. I said, what? He went, don't be leaning on the door while you're on duty. Fucking hell, Bill, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and he went like that. I thought, no, I'm cracking on. I thought, this is not for me, this, you cunt. So bit later on, he has a meeting in the morning, 8 o'clock. We all just finished the shift, and he goes, right, we've got certain people who've taken bribes. I went, that's me, lad. I said, they weren't bribes. I just let the kids to the front of the queue, and they give me a little dropsy. I said, if you want half, you can have half. You know what I mean? He goes, also, we have doormen who are not, when they're on duty, they're leaning back. I went, that's me, lad. Look, I'll fuck off now if you want. Do you know what I mean? See you later. Jumped in a cab, legged it, went home. So next day, he goes, we're going to put you somewhere else. They don't like you on there. We're fucking hell, mate. All right. So I didn't know where it was, so I had to get a taxi, Bill. And it was right facing MTK, this other bar. And I goes there. And when I gets out, it's just all Nigerians, Bill, on the front. So I walks out. I can't remember the name of that either, fucking hell. But it's right facing MTK. I can't remember that anyway. So gets out the cab. And I went, all right, boys, what's happening? Lads, fucking tumbleweeds were going across the fucking thing. No one even let on to me, Bill, you know what I mean? I thought, what the fuck's to do with all these? So I goes inside. So this fella slings me a t-shirt and he goes, put that on. Fucking Nigerian. I went, not that I've got anything against Nigerians, Bill. I don't want to start all them comments here. Like, fucking hell, my family's like the Benetton family, lad. Benetton advertisement. So he throws me this t-shirt. He goes, put that on. So puts the t-shirt on. I'm standing here. Goes, you come with me. I said, all right. You weren't no sure. That was my best impression of a Nigerian. That sounds a bit Russian. Didn't feel that one didn't go to out too
It's an impression. That's all it is. Yeah, it's an impression.
So you come with me. So he comes in. So he goes, stand there. Stand there. So I said, fucking hell, mate. By the fruit machine, right? So I'm standing by the fruit machine. Next minute he goes, comes over, Bill, and he goes, you show me no respect. I went, what? He went, you show me no respect. I said, what are you on about there, lad, to show you no respect? He went, I am head doorman on here. When you come in, you say hello to me. I said, lads, I walked in, right, Bill, and I said hello to you all, lad. I don't know who's head doorman. And he went, you show me no respect. So I said, you've told me that, lad. I said, what do you want to do? Right, and he's just standing there flexing himself. He was a big mush, you know, the big thick set fellas, them, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I went, I didn't want him, so I said, yeah, what is it, mate? Have you got a problem? Do you want it with me? I didn't really want to with him, Bill, you know, fucking hell, it was only my second night. But, you know, with Scouser, he put it right on me toes. I had to show a bit of face.
Yeah.
So he goes, who are you? I said, I don't fucking know one, mate. Look, the boss sent me here to work tonight, right? And you're putting it right on me. I said, do me a favour, right? Sound, if you wanted it, I'll have you in the car park, right? I said, let me phone me mate, right? I had a mate over there, good friend of mine, Rich, right? I said, let me phone me mate now. Who are you phoning? I said, it doesn't matter who I'm phoning, lad. Right, you've got all them doormen there with you, right? I'll phone one mate, right? And I'll stand there with you in the car park and have it. So next bit, mate, there was a girl who worked behind the bar in MTK. So she goes, are you Darren? You know, like that. And I went, oh, all right, love. How do you know him? She went, oh, he comes to MTK. Lad, soon as he knew that, his ass fell out of him. What do you do at MTK? And at the time, a good friend of mine, Danny Vaughan, asked me to help all the boxers out and do the diet. I didn't even tell the lads this. Do you know what I mean? So he goes, are you friends with the people from MTK? I said, no. I said, I'm friends with the trainer. He's a good pal of mine, Danny Vaughan. I said, that's all, lad. I said, I'm not friends with MTK. I said, I'm friends with a good pal of mine. I'm doing the diet there. So he goes, shake my hand. Shake my hand. I went, what for, lad? You just wanted me a fucking... No, you've just put it right on me, Bill. We were going for the straightener. He goes, I go to MTK2. We have got off on the wrong foot. He fucking shit himself flat, you know what I mean? He shit himself then thinking I was in with the lads, but I fucking weren't, you know what I mean? I was just doing the diets for all the boys in there, right? So he goes in. Danny, starts calling me Danny. Danny, I've got on the wrong foot. I said, whatever, lads, whatever. Look, you stay there. And he moved me to a better position, Bill. So I'm in a better. Next minute, went off. 2 fucking Essex kids giving it handbags. Like makeup on and all that, all the eyebrows. I goes over and went, lads, turn it in. Fucking turn it in. All the other dormen are all flooding behind, ready to do the kids. And I said, look, they're only on holiday. They're doing handbags. Fucking fell out over a bit of mascara or something. Leave it out. Look, you go over that side. You go over that side. Look, you're on holiday. Turn it in, boys. And they were fucking sound, you know what I mean? Next minute, went off again. Handbags again with someone. Done the same thing. Look, if you just don't calm down, boys, you'll have to go out. And it was sound. So all these Spanish dormitory were on there as well. They were all snarling at me, Bill. So once they see me like splitting it up, and I think they thought I worked for the lads, right? Which I did work. I worked for Danny, but I didn't work for the other lads. Do you know what I mean? And once they knew that, they were like going to me. They'd been fucking snarling at me all night. So they ends up going to me at the end of the night. Darren, like that. Yeah. I went, all right, lads. Great dormant. I thought, fucking saying it in with that shout. You've been snarling at me all right. Next minute, one of them goes, you'll never walk alone. Liverpool, we love Liverpool. I thought, fucking leg it here, mate. We want you with us all the time. You're a great man. He wanted to fuck me, Bill, the beginning of the night, lads. Do you know what I mean? So I went, I said, thanks for the offer. It's not for me. Right, so muse me next. I gets in at about 8 in the morning. He phones me, Bill, and goes, go to the ocean. Pool party on there. I went, lads, I've just fucking got in. What you don't realise, the $2.5 grand that they offer you, right? All that's for, Bill, right, is to work 7 days a week in there and not have a day off and go night time to daytime. Them kids from Africa come over, right? And what they do is they end up with gout. They just all stand on the door nearly. They have about 3 hours sleep, 24 hours, and they get fed there and all that, but it's shit food and that. And sends me to this ocean. Anyway, I went fucking... Should have seen the colour in me, Bill. I was fucking black, you know what I mean? And so he put me on the back. Everyone who worked there, again, was Nigerian. And a couple of Spanish kids. And I'm the only fucking... I'm like Eminem, lad. In between them. The only white kid in there, kid. You know what I mean? So I'm standing there. So he goes, another Nigerian, big fucker he was. You, come with me. That's how they speak to you, lads. You know what I mean? They're not all right, lads. Yeah. Just all dead fucking thing. You come with me. I said, all right. So he takes me down the back to the VIP. These, never mind, Bill, it's about 90. These are juniors. These are all under these brollies. And he fucking puts me at the back under no brolly. I'm fucking burning. Next minute, I'm on this VIP thing and everyone's under a brolly. I'm fucking sweating my tits off. And these Cockney kids were all, bottles of Grey Goose and all that gear. But they're all fucking sitting there and going, fucking hell. Look at the size of this cunt here, a fucking Moroccan. So he was going, you think it's all right if we have a line? Yeah, he's fucking daft, him. Like that. They're looking at me and I'm thinking, I'm not going to open my mouth. Go ahead. I can hear everything you're saying, but he thought I was foreign. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Moroccan they were calling me, lad. So the one was going, just have a fucking line in front of the Moroccan. He won't even fucking realise that stupid cunt. Like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, fucking piping you, lad. As soon as he sprinkled one out of his hand, I went, hey, you fucking bollocks. Kid. They were like, wow, fucking hell. A Scouser, fucking hell, we didn't. Because no one really works there from England on the door, not many, you know what I mean? They have the one or two, and they were like, fucking hell. They were nice, they were good kids, you know what I mean? And look, they're on holiday. They weren't doing it blatantly, doing honest, like, yeah, go on, lads, crack on. Everybody does it, Billy. Each to their own, innit? Yeah.
And start slinging kids out, fucking having a line on holiday. Turn it in. You know what I mean? Fucking was on about £7 an hour when I realised it, lad. So I ends up on there. Next minute, it was Father's Day. And my eldest daughter rang me to say Happy Father's Day. So she rings me, gets the mobile out. And I heard, so my daughter goes, hello, Dad, Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I'm having a little chat to my daughter next minute. Fucking Nigerian comes down, and he, like the Green Mile he was, lad, swinging this fucking big phone thing, big radio. What are you doing? I said, oh, not him again, this cunt here, lad. You know what I mean? I said, what, lad? I'm on my phone. My daughter's wishing me Happy Father's Day. What's to do with you? He went,
you are not allowed on duty to have your phone. I went, stick your job up your fucking ass. Some kid went, lads, stay here now. I went, took the t-shirt off and sat with the kids from Essex and just had a fucking bevy with them and a party with them. And just ended up in the pool in the end, Bill. They were all like that looking at me. I went, stick your job up your ass. So that was me on the door. So what I just started doing, my mate Rich, he went, lad, I'm a thick cunt, Billy. Yeah. And he went to me, do you realise, lad, you're only on about £7 an hour working? You know, so
your maths were all over the game, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a fucking clue. Yeah. I thought my maths are fucked. I was in Miss Roos's class in Campion, lad. My maths are on the floor, lad. And he went, you're on £7. The lads are giving you like fucking £50 an hour to train them. I'll just get you some more clients. So then once everyone found out I was training in this gym all our own,
yeah,
that's all I'd done. I worked for Danny doing the diets, and then over at MTK and making everyone looked after Tom and all that, making everyone get the weights easy without struggling. Because that's what I do. I know everyone thinks I'm a fucking clown, Bill. Yeah. But that's what I do. I help people reach the weights down. I do it for John Gilly now when John gets stuck, and John works for MTK as well. So I just do the diets for them. If anybody gets stuck, the lads can throw them to me. And that's how I do. Just make them make the weight comfortably instead of all that sucking on ice cubes and starving yourself. Bring the fighters in strong and healthy, lad. And that's what I've done over there. But the PTs, they took off, lad. They were sound.
So that's all you're trying to do is just pay the bills, innit? Yeah, just do the right thing. And, you know, and you feel like you're getting put on. Because I've been in that experience where I was in Thailand, and it was full of Nigerians and Tanzanians. You know what I mean? I was
like mate,
it was like rude, right?
It's probably their way of speaking, though, and we take it. Like, I've got a mate who's Greek.
Yeah.
And when you text him, I'll go, hello, mate, how are you, lad? And he'll just go, fine. I think you arrogant cunt. You know what I mean? But it's just their way. I don't know whether it
was, lads, it was their way, because I used to go. We used to have to wait in this queue. It was like a football fucking crowd trying to get you a bit of tea, you know what I mean? And the food truck had come. And all the sides would call it the UN truck, because all the Nigerians would be running with it, you know what I mean? And banging the little bowls against the sides of it. And we'd wait in this queue, lad, and they'd be like, get away!
That's how they are,
yeah,
though,
and you were just getting like slops, and like I was thinking, mate, this is not even chicken soup. Where's the chicken? Because what they do is they drop all the chicken and then they'd sell it on and give you like the slops, you know what I mean? I'd be arguing with them.
Cheeky bastards.
And mate, you know, it gets to that point where you're fronting, you know, you're fronting it, aren't you?
And the big cats, lad, aren't they?
They are doing massive, big cats, yeah. So, I don't know, I can identify with that one.
But it went well over there, lad, you know what I mean? And I've given a chance, I'd go back again. I was there about 9 months, Bill, and given a chance, mate. Yeah, me bird and the kids come out in the end, and it was hard balancing fucking paying your bills at home and paying your bills. You'd have to make the full move. So if I got offered the full move, I'd go. Do you know what I mean? Defo would fucking hell.
Well, you go back to when you said you were taking. I don't think you're taking, Peter.
I'm not taking. It's just the way you're like, I'm not the sharpest tool in a box, Bill. You know.
Yeah, but growing up as well,
you
told me a story about your mum and the guy.
Oh yeah,
that was
so when like fucking. You know, you come from your parents, don't you? And my mum was the same, and like she had trouble reading and writing, you know what I mean? You know, so like she was just a screamy man, you know what I mean? So I always remember, like, if I was off school and you had to write notes back then, or Darren was off because he had the shits or something like that, you know, or he had the flu or whatever. I mean, man, I'd look, get over the landing, and she'd go, hang on, lad, you know, if I was going back to school, I'll just see someone, and she'd go, like, say the neighbour, Frank, do us a favour, lad, write him a note there. And then he'd write the note, so Darren was off, blah, blah. So that's probably like, you know, me man, we bring homework books home. Me and me man, we'd sit there, you know, Peter and Jane. Two of us were looking at one another. And me man would just make the story up looking at the thing, and I couldn't read. And she couldn't hardly read, so I'd be like, Peter said to his mate there, fuck off. And I'd be just screaming on the floor, you know what I mean? And we just had to scream like that. Yeah. But that's where, like, I never got in, like, probably, I can't say I never got a courage to read, but your mas and dads, then they were too busy working, paying the bills, to sit down with you and go, Peter ran to that shop. Yeah. And it was all that gear. So a woman used to come into school and help me do all that. So it took me a long time to read, but it was funny one day I'm with me mum. And I think we'd been to Grady or something. I'm only about fucking 11 or something like that, helping her with the bags. And there's this fella used to be round a twist from Bayaz, like, you know, one of them big steady bottle glasses on, kid, big crazy head. big fucking, you know, one of them teachers' blazers on. He was only a scally, like, he's walking around, all them mincers on and fucking around the bend and that. And my ma went, see him, lad. And he always had books with him, lad. See him, lad. He's never had at the library, you know, son. And I went, yeah. What for? She went, he's dead clever. But you know what, lad? He's round the twist, right? And I went, oh, is he? She went, I'll tell you now, I'll tell you straight, son. Never get too clever, lads. You end up going round the twist. So I think it took me Ma's fucking advice on there, Bill. But that's what she said. Don't get too clever, lads. You'll end up round the twist like him. So I was fucked there, weren't I, lad? Yeah.
I think, yeah, we are with conditions, aren't we, to, you know, we just, it's like monkey see, monkey do growing up and that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've had, you talk, you know, I don't know, we've had a good few chats over the past couple of weeks, mate, and, you know, you've told me some great stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we never got to talk about, like, what made me laugh is when you were talking about, you know, the traveller, you know.
Oh, fucking
tell us that one, Darren, because that was a killer.
I won't do this, I'll say the gypsy, isn't it? Because I don't want the olive oil street up here. I don't want me straighteners in the car park, you know what I mean? I went to school with some of the gypsy kids. They're tough as fuck, aren't they? So what happened was, I'm in the gym, right, one night. I was about 9 o'clock and I'm locking up and I thought, fucking hell, yeah. Fucking looking a bit pasty then. And we had a sunbed at the time. Yeah. I think I remember Balerium S's, lad. I think it was a Balerium S. Used to rent them out of the Echo, didn't you? Yeah. When you think back about them Balerium S's, lad, you'd rent one. Someone had rent one for 6 weeks out of the Echo. One of them where it goes over the bed. Yeah. And everyone would be lying on the bed, wouldn't he? Fucking sweating on the bed. Scruffy comes back then when you're thinking, oh, she's got a sunbed. Oh, she looks amazing there. And he had the fucking 6 weeks, lad, lying under it. And oh, I've got prickly. Anyway, I went on the fucking sunbed. Hilarious mess, man. I went on the sunbed and in the gym. And I went on it too long, Bill. I was running it. It was one of them high-powered fuckers. Yeah. And I went on it about fucking 12 minutes, you know, thinking, oh, I'm all right. Just have a fucking decent bronze here. So I went on it anyway, I got off. And I felt a bit burnt, lad. Looked and I went, oh, fucking hell, I'm all red. Because I went on it for too long, it was proper strong. And I went, oh shit, I need phone credit. So from my gym, bargain booze on Voxy is only the end of Voxy, right? So I said, oh, I'll go along to Voxy, get some phone credit. So it was a Friday night, Bill. Walks into bargain booze. All the kids from Bayars are all outside and in bargain booze. And the students live above, it's massive, innit? Fucking all the students area, and it's shocking. It's about 20 deep, the queue. Yeah. So it gets in the back of the queue, and I'm fucking standing there, and there's this big ginger cunt, right, in the middle, about 6'4", and he's standing in the middle of the queue, lad, and he was just giving the stick out, ruthless. So there's some bed in the queue, and he goes, hey, big tits, right, and she's like that, the girl, you know, looking down, only a student, lad, right, big tits, and she's like, I went, fucking heavy in, mate, innit? Next minute, he moves to this other kid and he went, hey, you want to do something over them spots on your face? The spots on your face, you want to do something? And I went, oh, fucking hell, lad. The kid went fucking purple, you know what I mean? I thought, I can't leave it out, you cunt. You're bullying everyone in the queue. And he went on. He went down the queue, Bill, and he's getting closer to me, and I'm standing there like Sunbed's head, all fucking red at the back, like a right cunt, being on the Lecky Beach. So I'm standing there at the back, and he went, so he spots me, lad, and he went, have you been on the sunbed? Have you been on the sunbed? And I went, oh, for fuck's sake, you don't want to admit you go on the sunbed, do you, lad? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a Scouser here going on sunbeds. Leave that to the Essex crowd. And I went, no. He went, where have you been? I felt under pressure, Bill, so I lied. And I went, Tenerife. like that. And he went, was it hot? Was it hot in Tenerife? And I went, oh, fucking hell, mate. He was roasting. And he went, you're all red. You're still all red. And I went, all right, lads, fuck off, will you? So I turned then, Bill. I said, you know what, lads? I said, I've seen you fucking bully everyone in the queue there. I said, you're a fucking bullying cunt, you soft swat. Right? Sorry about swearing. I said, so I called him everything. So he goes, I've got a brother in the car. He's as big as you, he'll fight you. And I went, oh, really, mate? You know, to myself, I went, go and fucking get him. Go ahead, lad, go and get your fucking brother. We've been waiting outside. We've been waiting. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, and he wanted a little go in the half fucking sunbed. I'm getting fucking leathered here and a straightener outside. But there was a load of kids, it's a Friday night, loads of kids in bargain booze from Bayard, so one of them went, Darren, go ahead, lads, get out there, you'll fuck him. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So I looks out the window, getting closer to the till, Bill. And his brother got out. His brother looked like Grossberger, lad. Big fat cunt he was, but he was big. Like, he was about 6'4". But he pulled a Jemmy out of the car. Now, anyone who's not Scouser, Jemmy's a big spanner.
Yeah.
So he pulls his fucking spanner out the car, lad. And I'm looking through the window. I get to the front. And I know Ali, he had bag and booze then. And Ali goes, Darren, do not go outside. Do not go outside. He is crazy. I will call the police. Do not go outside. I went, Ali, I'm fucking going, lad, saying it in you. Not that the kids are all going, go on, Darren, fuck it, right? So fucking, I went, fuck it, I went. And he went in for the tennis credit bill. I went, lad, Ali, do us a favour, lad. I said, give us a bottle of vodka. I thought, let's go for the ends with it, you know what I mean? There's two of them, Bill. And with a fucking Jemmy, you've got to do something. Darren, they are crazy, please stay in. We will lock the doors and we will call the police. I said, Ali, give us the fucking bottle of vodka, lad. So I walks out and all the kids are behind me. It was like Quiet Man. Remember Quiet Man, lads? They're all following me outside. Gets outside and he's standing there doing his brother. And I went, come on, you fucking cunt. I said, I tell you what I'm going to do, lad. This is going right over your head here, Ginger. And the fucking end of it's going in your neck to Grossberger. So they're both standing there and he went, you'll get your comeuppance. You'll see. You'll get your comeuppance. Right, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. Next minute, the two of them shit. And he jumped in the car. So he fucks off and I'm standing there. Some kid went, here's right, Darren, lad, you'd led of them too. And I thought, oh, fuck's sake, fucking hell, them gypsy kids, they can fucking fight, can't they? And he went, they've probably gone back there to Oil Street to get a load of them. Just hang on, lad, they'll all be up now. And I went,
hang on.
Yeah, trying to front it, Bill. I went, yeah, fucking let them, lad. Do you know what I mean? Let them come. I stood there about 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, Bill, I only lived around the corner. And all the kids are standing, and I went, this shit, lad, he's probably not going to come. Fuck off, taxi. He jumped in the taxi and went round the corner. Don't fuck that. I would have got leaded. They'd been like Gorgeous George. Remember in Snatch? Getting it outside bag and booze, mate. But just fucking madness, innit?
It's like the stories that you've got, mate. It's just like, you know, it's do you think because of your size as well, do you get people
what?
From...
My missus always says, right, that wherever we goes, someone picks on me. Look at the gob on me, Billy. I'm like a robber's dog, but I still get picked on all the time, lad. You know what I mean? I don't know, lad. Just one of them fellas, it seems, things seem to happen to, Bill. Yeah. Just one of them things, isn't it?
It is. I think it's like, sometimes you feel a little bit insecure, don't you? She's like, you know, someone's a threat because they're bigger than you and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe so. I haven't got a clue because I've never felt that way, Bill. But maybe people do. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
But you've had some mad experiences, and even like in your gym, haven't you? You know, with a few characters that have turned up.
Yeah. Well, so one time you haven't heard this one, Bill. So one time, like, we were all possessed with American bodybuilders because they were all fucking well better than us and what they were doing. And this is about 10 years ago. So American bodybuilders were first to get all them deep tissue massages. I'd only had an oily one in County Road. Fucking had a massage, lad. You know, proper deep tissue one, lad. And fucking, they're all possessed. So everyone goes, well, what did the Yanks do? We'll have to do that. So my mate goes to me. My mate lay there, there's top there, he's passed away now, but he was a funny fucker. He says to me, lad, we'll have to get one of these massages. I said, where will we get it from though, lads? I said, I don't know anyone who does these deep tissue ones. So he goes, I'll find someone, lads. I said, I'll get on the net. So he gets on the net, right? And he went, I found someone from Birkenhead. Fucking hell, should have laughed him straight away, shouldn't I? When he said Birkenhead, lad, a Jedi. So I said, yeah, and he said he'll come to the gym and how many of us want it done? I said, well, there's about 7 all want it done. I said, that's a bit much for them though, you know. I've heard when they work on big fellas, they do 2 or 3 and the fuck for the day, Bill. Yeah. Because there's a lot of work. He said he'll do the 7. I only was 40 quid, but he said to me, because it's your gym, and he's using your gym, yours is free. So I played the R-last, Bill. I went, well, I'll go first. I thought, you can do me while he's fresh and he's not fucked. So we had the room upstairs. This is in the old gym. And he come in, lad, and he was like Penfolds out of Danger Mouse, like little fucking bins on him. And I thought, looks a bit of a bacon, this cunt. And anyone who doesn't know what a bacon means, we call it a feel of bacon. He looked like a nonce. So he has these little stead fucking John Lennons on. And he's like Penfolds, little few hairs scrapping out of his head, little skinny cunt. So he goes up, me and him, he lays the bed out. And he went, I get stripped. Leaves me bills on, obviously. There wasn't an oily one. No, but leaves me bills on. And it gets on the bed, like. So he went, do you mind if I take me pants off? I was like, Billy, right? So he said, I went, what, lad? He went, I move better, a lot better. He said, around the table if I don't have pants on. I went, have you got your fucking undies on, like, lad? And he went, oh yes, you know what I mean? But when he had his undies on, lad, he was that skinny. He had, like, you know them old-fashioned boxies, the big massive ones, the, like, cotton ones. And he was just waving on him, you know, like, and he's moving around the bed and he's fucking, so he pours all this oil on me. And I'm a big hairy cunt, Billy. And he was just, like, caressing me. Honest, true story, Billy, he's just, like, caressing me. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't seem like this, lad. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, he gets on me traps and he's like, you're supposed to get right in, aren't you? I've seen them Americans and they're fucking screaming, Bill. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm getting stroked like an almoggy. And he's just like that on me and I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on with this cunt? You know what I mean? He's just... So I got halfway through and I went, hey, lad. I said, aren't these supposed to hurt? And he went, they're obviously doing the massage wrong. And I said, wrong, lad. I said, you're just stroking me, lad. I said, I'm not getting nothing out of this. It's not hurting. And he went, that's because they're not a right masseur. I said, and I've never seen them throw oil on them, you know, lad. Right? So I thought, it's free, so hang with it. So he starts fucking again. And, lad, he brushed past me. And you know them bills he had on? Right? He had an hard on. It went right past me fucking arm. And I went, whoa. What? Honest true story, Billy. I went, whoa, what the fuck? Hey, lad. And I jumped off the bed. I went, you're not fucking right. Right? And but I thought, I'm not the only one going to get molested here, lad. Not telling them cunts way downstairs, right? I went, you're not fucking right. You can fuck off. And he was like, what? And he was standing there and I could see. He had a little matchstick stinging up. And I went, whoa, lad. Fuck that. Put on me thing. And I thought, I'm not the only one going to get abused off this fucker, right? All these meatheads downstairs can get it. So, lad, I watched, he would come down, he went, what's he like? I went, he's fucking sound. I said, did it hurt, lad? Did it hurt? I went, lad, he kills you, he's got hands like steel. I said, he fucking hurt, lad. I feel brand new. I thought, I'm not being the only one off this cunt. Right, so the next fella goes up, comes down. Yeah, all right, lad. I said, yeah. Sounds him, weren't he? And he's like, he didn't want to admit, you know, no one wants to admit, Bill, you know what I mean? And he went, it's all right, like, yeah. So next goes up. So in the end, about 4 of us got it done. And this young kid comes down. And we're all standing there and he gets off anyway. See you next week. I thought, I was first to shout. I went, I didn't like him, you know, but I didn't want to still admit. I went, no, we were in denial, lad, you know what I mean? I was living in denial, lad. And I said, you know, I wasn't on him, lad, it was you. So this kid went, nah, lad, bit weird. You know, like that, honestly, lad, you know what I mean? This kid went, bit weird, him, lad. And I went, yeah, he was, you know. And some kids went, lad, did he just have his undies on when he fucking that's you, lad. Yeah. And you know what, lad, we all started screaming. Mate, he got a right fucking grip of us that day, lad. We just got mauled. He was a fucking, lad, he was a predator, the cunt. He just mauled us, lad. He kept phoning me up, you know, Bill, for weeks. Hi, Darren. How many have you got for me? I go, lad, fuck off, you know, you're not right. Stop ringing me, kids, and put the phone down. In the end, I blocked the fuck out, buddy. He was funny, like, you know what I mean? That was a funny one, lad.
Too much, man.
We had to scream.
No, that just killed me off, that. Yeah. What about Big Al?
Oh, fucking hell, mate. So, what happened with Big Al, right? Was a lovely fella, by the way.
Mention no names.
Won't mention no names, yeah. We'll just call him Big Al. So it goes on one night and some kid's in the gym. And in my gym, you just get left the key because it's private, you know, now. And you just let yourself in and out. If you meet pal, there's a key, lad. You're in the gym, right? It's not commercial anymore. It's a private gym. And it's just for gym for me, my mate. But I run my personal business from it. So, Bill, you can have a key. Any of me pals can have a key. It's all on camera. It's all on CTV. You can see it off my phone. So everything's cool, right? And I trust all the lads 100%. They're all proper Scousers who are let in, right? But as I say, I just do PTs in here. So I leave the lads with the key and I gets off. So I'm in the house and some kid phones me, goes, hey, Darren, there's just been some fella in for you. And I said, yeah, who? He went, how many years did he do, Bill? He was Britain's longest serving prisoner, this fella, weren't he?
Over 30-something years,
he did something over 30
unit
years.
and a half.
Yeah, because some people will always go, well, he only done this many. I don't know, but he's done over 30-something years, right? He went in at 17 and he come out in his mid-50s or something like that, or older. I don't know. I can't remember. But he was a unit, weren't he?
Yeah.
You met him. He was a unit. So this kid goes, a fella's been in for you, lads, asking for you and all that. So I said, okay, who's that lad? He said he's got out after doing, say, 35 years. I thought, fucking hell, mate, I'm only 38. Fucking hell, I don't know this, fucking right, you know what I mean? So I said, oh, yeah, and straight away, I twigged Billy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I twigged who it was, and I thought, that'll be Big Al. I knew, because it seen it in the paper that he got out and all that, and he'd done so many times, and Margaret Thatcher had made an example of him and the other kid. He was in for something, and then, I won't say what he's in, because that's his own private business, but he was in for something, and then he got on the roof in the Strange Ways riots, and Maggie Thatcher made him and the kid over the water, Paul was it, or something is the kid's name, she made them the leaders, and she swatted them, and he ended up getting another life sentence, do you know what I mean? So they done pure hard time. So it was him. So the next day I come in, and he come with his bird, and she paid his 30 quid membership. You know, we shook hands, and he told me who he was, and fucking, not bragging, lovely fella, right? When you say someone's rehabilitated, lad, he's been rehabilitated, this fella. He's done nothing but good since he got out of fucking jail. But, like, you're still a bit on the back foot with him, Bill, because he's been in for some serious crimes, you know what I mean? And he was a right unit, big mixed race kid, fucking good, 18, 19 stone, built like fuck. So what he used to do, if anyone doesn't know bar weights, but the lads will know bar weights, he wouldn't get on the bench press, Bill. He put the bar on the floor, because that's all he used to have, bench and a bar in prison, innit? So he just put the bar on the floor. He'd get about 140 kg. He'd pick it up, roll it along his legs, roll it onto his chest, and do bench press.
Just repping it.
Yeah, and then he put it down, roll it back along his belly, onto his knee, and put it. So I said, Alan, there's 2 fucking benches there, lads. Why don't you use them? He went, nah, lads, I've always done that. He said, in jail, so we're not used to hooking them off, so you just get a bench and weights. So he done that. So anyway, time went on. Fucking Big Al had been there about 6 months, Billy. He'd only give me 30 quid, you know what I mean? But I was a bit hesitant to ask him. Fucking hell, he had me about fucking 4 months waited. So I was a bit hesitant to ask him for the money, because, you know, how would you ask someone like that who's done 35 years? Have you got that 30 quid there, lads? It's one of them, innit? Leave him for his 30. But then one day I thought, oh, fuck that, mate. I'll have to ask him for the 30 quid. I'm on my uppers here. So he comes in. I went, all right, Al. How you, Darren? He was like, from Manchester, but he had a dead soft voice. Alan, how you, Darren? I said, all right, Al. I said, your membership's up, lad. Oh, lad, he felt terrible, Bill. See, because he'd been in jail that long, he didn't realise that you had to pay for stuff like the gym. Do you know what I mean? And that way, he didn't really know. And he went, Darren, I'm so sorry, I'll go now. And lad, he had an Al motorbike, an Al fucking moped outside that the scrapyard gave him for doing voluntary work. Then he went, Darren, you can have me bike. I feel terrible. I said, Al, I don't want your bike. Look, kid. I said, I tell you what, because you're always trying to get work, Bill, and he couldn't. The man couldn't get work. You know what I mean? And he was a good fella. You know what I mean? He was fucking proper rehabilitated, nice fella. He had some great stories, lad. Right? Me and him used to just sit off and just in the afternoon and have a chat. And so he said, have the moped as payments. I said, look, train for fuck all. When you get on the feet and when you get a job, pay me back. Start paying your membership then. Lad, he couldn't thank me enough. But I didn't realise how Big Al, he was a budding artist, lad. You know what I mean? So he was an artist. So he said, Darren, how can I pay you back? I said, I don't want nothing. He went, can I clean up? I said, I wouldn't have you cleaning up, lad. I do the cleaning. You just train. He wanted to do everything for me, because he felt terrible. I said, you just train and work quits, lad, till you get a job. So he goes, all right. So he said, I've got some lovely art there, Darren. I said, oh, all right, lad. He went, can I bring you some paintings in? They'll be lovely in your living room. I went, yeah, give us some paintings in. But Al, if you're watching, lad, you were a fucking shit painter, lad. Fucking hell, mate. He used to bring these paintings in. Fucking hell, he'd come down and kill me soon. To bring these paintings in. And they were like, one was like Rolf Harris, you know, with a load of cats. And he'd bring them in and he was made up with them, you know what I mean? I had to say, and he'd go, do you like that, Darren? And I'd go, fucking lovely, lad. Because, you know, what are you going to tell a fella who's done 35 years there, shite? And fucking I'd go, lovely then. But he'd been doing them for all them years. So we had loads of paintings. So he'd bring a painting in every day. Like that, the prison service, you know, give him, he could collect all the stuff. He must have had fucking rooms of it, like one of them professional orders, because he just kept bringing them in, and we'd hang them up for a laugh. You know, on the wall, and I'd go, the lads are loving that. And it was like satin and blue toe and all that, you know, in the air, and that lad, I go, the lads are loving that. So anyway, my eldest then, she was only about about 4. So he even brought me a matchstick lamp in, Bill. I had that plugged in for him when he walked in, you know what I mean? So he went like that to me one day. He said, I've got something for the kiddie there, Darren. I said, what is it? Ollie went, she'll love it, it's a clown. So I said, yeah, a teddy clown. So I thought, he's went out and bought the baby a fucking clown here. Fair play to you, lad. So he comes in with this clown, Bill. Oh, mate, you should have fucking seen it. So he gives me this clown. As soon as he took it out of the carrier bag, I went, what the fuck's that? It had this big horrible fucking red, like, sock nose on it, you know, dangling down, lad. It was made out of socks, lad, right? So I went, no, lads, that out of socks, lads. You know, it's all, like, multicoloured, this clown, lads. So he goes, it's made out of socks, mate. And I'm looking at the clown, lads, and I'm like, it's fucking evil, that thing, right? So, like, everyone who come in, right, that day went, where the fuck did you get that, lad? And I went, Alan, give me... So I pulls him on his socks. I went, where'd you get all the socks, lad? Right? So he goes, I don't know, the next fucking say Dartmoor somewhere, because he'd been ghosted all around the country, Alan, you know what I mean? Because fucking Thatcher hated him. He'd been to every prison and he got beat up, but he fucking fought back the system, you know what I mean? And he every screw had it in for him and fucking used to beat him up because he was on that strange ways, right? So he ended up with some of the, you know, some fucking soft grills. He ended up with the craze, lad, and all that, just on a wing with them big Al, right? And so one day I said, where'd you get all the fucking socks, lad? He went, well, I got some off Reggie. So they got them off like fucking Ronnie Cray and all that. And I'm looking at these socks, mate. Dude, the fucking clown was made out of murderers, lads, you know what I mean? Lads, I'm looking at the fucking clown, I thought, I'm not giving me kid that's made out of murderers socks, lads. It's got fucking Frankie Fraser's arm on it for the sock, lads. I thought, I'm fucking bringing that home. So what I done, as I say, everyone's got a key in the gym, Bill. Yeah. So what I done, I'd put the clown in the corner. And as I'd be turning off the lights, lad, it's had this big long nose, lad, and I'd look at the clown and think, is he fucking looking at me, this cunt, you know, and you're turning off the light. Lad, I was shitting myself. I'm about 19 stone, turning off the light, and I go, don't pop it in. I thought, sure, that's fucking moved, it's evil, that cunt. But the lads used to have me on, and every day someone would come in earlier than me, switch off all the lights, because I let the lads get in early if they want, and they'd move the clown, and me head would go fucking, me head would fall off, Bill, you know, the clown would be by the telly one time, then someone would move it by a cupboard, and in the end some student come in and went, because the students who were doing law loved Alan, because you know he'd go round the unis out and he'd give speeches and that, and they loved him, lad, you know what I mean? And they all wanted his artwork, and the students would come in and they'd go, has Alan left any paintings? And they were fucking made up with them, and I'd say, yeah, he's left that, and all the students. But some students took the clown, Bill. I was glad to see the arse end of it, mate. It's fucking evil, mate. I think it would have killed me daughter in the cot, that thing. But yeah, fucking hell, fucking some good characters, you know what I mean? And that's what you get in old school gyms there. Big Al was never going to go to fitness fairs, was he?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, you've got a gym that's old school, mate, and it's like, you know, you're training hard. That's what it is, mate.
Used to have this fella with a terrible cock on him, you know. Honest to God, lads. There's a fella called, this is when we first opened, there was a fella called, we used to call him Porno Dave, right? And he used to come in the gym. Billy was from Bootle. Yeah. He had a pair, remember Admiral, when we were kids? Yeah. He used to wear Admiral shorts, but he was the typical Al Scouser. He had a fucking big curly head and a muzzy. And he'd come in. And I had a partner in the gym then, Big A. Me and him were proper good pals, good mates, good fucking laugh, you know what I mean? And he'd always buzz off and he'd go, Porno Dave's, and he's in them Stevie Coppell shorts. Remember Stevie Coppell had the little Admiral things? And he'd come in, lads, and his fucking cock would be hanging down the side. And, you know, he had the Scouser muzzy, the curly hair, and lads, he'd walk round and he'd be wanting to spot everyone on the bench press. And when he'd be spotting you, he'd be just looking up, fucking hell, Dave, put that away, will you, lads? You know what I mean? But he always loved to get a shower, but so would I with a cock like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I remember walking in the shower, like the shower room for a piss, because we had the toilet, and lad, it had its own towel. The cock had its own towel. He was drying it, lad, and he was doing that with it. Lad, we only do that. Alan, honest to God, it had its own towel. And I went, lad, what the fuck's to do with that thing? I said, I'd hate to see that angry. You know what I mean? That was just on a flop, Bill. So we just used to roar off people like that coming in the gym, you know what I mean? We had some lunatics, but they're the best gyms.
Yeah. Someone asked me a question.
Yeah.
On the last podcast, he was saying, ask Darren about his leg. You know what I
when
mean?
me leg
In
come
competition
off,
and that. You told me about that, and I thought, you know what? That's resilience, perseverance, strength, courage all at once. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, tell us that story, Darren, please.
I was just in the gym, and it wasn't that long ago, Bill. And when I say long ago, about 5 years ago, mate. And I'm in the gym, and I'm squatting with these younger lads, and you know, fucking hell, I wasn't 40, I was 39, and so I was still cracking on, you know what I mean? And when you start training with younger lads, you can get caught up with the weight. Do you know what I mean? And it's my gym, I like to be the fucking, one of the hardest trainers in there, blah, blah, blah. Set the younger lads an example. We all train hard, this, that, and the other. And we started squatting, and the plates were going on. But some of these kids, they were only doing half reps. And all us old schoolers, we go ass to the floor. That's what I've always told the lads. And I was like, lads, you're not going right down. You're not going right down. So they were keeping up with me, but they were just doing half reps. I was doing full reps. So we were on the hack squat, to be honest with you. We weren't on normal squats, we were on the hack squat machine. And I ends up putting 8 plates on. I could do 7 aside comfortably. And he ends up doing 8, and I thought, I'll put 8 on here. They were all encouraging me, put 8 on, lad, put 8. And lad, it goes down, and as I come back up, my leg exploded, lad. It just, I slipped. And all the weight went onto one side of my leg. That ruptured, and the other leg snapped. And what it was,
this in the gym?
Yeah. Some of my knee, that muscle was that strong, it dragged some of the knee bone with it, and it all come up, and it all ended up in a ball up here. And lad, I ended up on the floor. I wasn't knocked out or nothing like that. And everyone in the gym was screaming. And I felt more embarrassed than anything else. I thought, oh, you stupid cunt, mate. What have you done here? And I knew straight away what I'd done. I knew it snapped my leg. And everyone screamed, they're going, lad, don't move, you're for an ambulance. I thought, I'm not getting caught here. Fucking ambulance coming round, all sirens blaring, coming to the gym to fucking shit me off the Royal. So I went, don't, stop screaming. I said, get me up onto one leg. I said, and I'll hop out with me mate. Throw me in the car and take me to Whiston, because I knew you get your own bed in Whiston. Well, fuck that Royal, mate, I'm not saying the Royal's a bad place, I'm just saying you got your own bed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they take me bed, shut me in the car, and we went up to Whiston. By the time I got to Whiston, lad, my leg was about that big. But I'd done it on a Saturday morning, and there's no doctors. They all go out playing golf the weekends, no proper doctors. And I got in, there's only some nurse there, and she goes, look like a trainee. And she goes, yeah, you've sprained your leg. I went, love, I haven't. And they had to get morphine to get me out the car, because I couldn't move, I was in that much pain. So they gave me some morphine, got me out the car. And the paramedic, he knew what he'd done, you know what I mean? But he'd fucked off. He just wheeled me through. And there's only this young kid on, and she went, you've sprained your leg. I went, girl, I haven't sprained my leg. She tried to move it, Bill, like I'd sprained it. Next minute, I'm fucking screaming. She legged it out. And then a senior nurse come, and she went, do you realise what this man's done? She went, his quadriceps come off, and you can see some of his, she could see some bone, I don't know how, but she could tell some bone had come off with it. So she went running away, the young girl, and she was brilliant, the nurse. And she went, right, here's what you need to do, but you can't get nothing done to you till the doctors come back on the Monday. And he sent me for a scan. That fucking ruptured one leg, and then it torn the quad there, and the bone had come off with it. And I was in hospital then for about 6 weeks, lad, getting everything put on back on. And so after that, I come home, I was devoed. My leg was like a fucking Richmond sausage, lad. There was nothing of it, you know what I mean? Just a little skinny thing. And I still wanted to compete, Bill, you know what I mean? Because I've done it from a kid, it's in me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just still wanted to compete, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, mate. Do you know what I mean? I still got to compete. So I went up to see this fella, and he was taking 90 quid off me a week for 2 sessions, and he went, I'll get you back. He said, training, and your leg as good as it was. So I was going to him for about 3 months. Legs, nothing's happening with me leg. It was like an half fucking dead cat, mate. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, oh, look at me leg, man. And I'm saying, when's it going to get movement in? And when am I going to do this? And when am I going to see this? And he's like, in the end, he went, I can't do nothing for you. He said, you'll never train properly again, and you'll never get any muscle back on that leg. So I went, yeah, now these are the experts, aren't they? Yeah. And I was devastated, to be honest, Bill, because training, it's my life, lad, you know what I mean? Even though I concentrate more on other people now, and I know I haven't retired from competing, but I like to have time off me from it all. So I went, fucking hell, I've had enough time off here training and that, mate, it's fucking burning me cap. And a mate of mine, Eddie, was in the gym, and I come back and he'd been manning, you know, been doing a PT for me, and I come in, he went, what's up, lads? I said, just been up there to him, and he said, I'll never have any muscle on my leg. I said, and I'm fucked. Like, he went, lad, take no notice of that cunt. Does he know about you? And you just need someone like that.
Yeah.
It was little Eddie who told me, he went, take notice about him. What does he know about you? Come on, lads, just fucking take no notice. And he went, do it yourself. So I said, I don't know what I'm doing. He went, just try light weights or just the machines. So I started training just on the machines with no weight. I couldn't pedal a bike right around. My goal was, I could only pedal a bike like that. And my goal was to do that and pedal a bike. So after about 6 weeks, I got the full pedaling. Then I started going on the leg press with no weight on it. And then 6 months later, I won 3 shows.
Brilliant.
And sometimes the experts are wrong, but I think they just try and cover themselves. But he was all right taking me fucking jaw off me, Bill. Do you know what I mean? And on a serious thing, you know, I done all my own rehab and got myself back. And then I was saying to some of the lads, some experienced bodybuilders, could you tell about me leg? And he went, I couldn't tell that.
So most people will just give up, Darren.
Yeah.
No,
I've got a bit of loon in me for that though, Bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I that's why I'm good on a diet. I'm like, look, if I'm not bodybuilding, right, I sort of eat too much, right?
Yeah.
And I can't.
Well, you're not alone there, mate.
No, we all do it, don't we? And I throw my hands up. I respect these kids who bodybuild 12 months of the year in, year out.
Yeah.
Mate, sometimes for 6 months, I can tell you where the best chippies are. Yeah. That's about it, lad, being dead honest. I would have loved to have been a bodybuilder and went, right, 12 months. No, I do a diet for 5 or 6 months, and then I like a bevy and I like a chippy, but I'd still eat well, but I'd eat too much food, Bill. And that was my only downfall. I could have probably been a lot better if it would have been 12 months of the year, but I couldn't do it. I like the life, because sometimes when you're bodybuilding, mate, you don't get a life, lad.
Yeah, and that's it, mate. Sometimes, like, you know, people who diet and train really hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not having any fun, are they?
No.
You know, I see, like, right, I've done it, Darren. Like, I take a little bit of advice from you as well, and I'm eating, like, what I'm eating now. I'm probably eating more than I usually do eat.
Yeah.
Than I did before. But I'm the same.
Yeah.
I like a little treat, but them treats turn into 2, 3, 4 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And for me, it can go into month after month after month after month. And what I do then, I'm not your typical bodybuilder. I'm not one of the fellas in the mirror all the time. I won't look at myself, Bill.
I don't. I get a little bit embarrassed sometimes,
so
mate. I don't know why.
And I just let myself get overgrown with hair. You know what I mean? I don't even say
like a yeti.
Big yeti, mate. And then I'll just go, and I'm a score there when I get on the scale. And I'm just a big yeti then. So I've started again. I'd only say this, a good friend of mine said once, I went to your body, you know, lad, you look well, you're training all the time. He went, I'm not bodybuilding, Darren.
Yeah.
I'm just weight training. I said, what do you mean, lad? You're in the gym. I said, I've seen you train every day. He went, nah, I'm only bodybuilding when I'm taking supplements.
Yeah.
Right? I'm eating every couple of hours. He said, I'm doing the cardio, I'm following the diet strict, and I'm taking a bit of, gear. He said, that's when I'm bodybuilding. When I'm not bodybuilding, I'm just weight training. And that's all I'm doing at the moment.
Just
I'm
maintenance,
just weight training, just sort of maintenance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
not pushing myself too much, just maintenance.
You're like the same age as myself, and I think like the older we get, the harder it becomes. I find like we've spoke about this, and like I get up half a dozen times through the night just to go for a piss.
Yeah, and amounts of fluid and protein you're in.
Yeah, and what I do, it's like I eat well through the day, and then when I'm getting up for a burst, it's like, oh yeah, there's one of the kids fucking Mars bars downstairs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'll just entertain that, and I'll go downstairs, and it's talking to me.
Yeah.
As I'm lying there.
See, Bill, I haven't got a sweet tooth. I don't do that, right? But like, I'll eat too much. I'm a big eater, lad.
Yeah.
I can eat most people under the table. I go for a scram with the lads, and they're like, "Wow, have you finished?" I'm just for shoveling it in, and so I don't give the time to go, "Oh, I'm full of you." I just keep shoveling, mate. And so if I'm in my own house, I just shovel away, Bill. I'm fucked. Do you know what I mean? I am, lads. I'm not trying to say anything else.
I don't know what it is with me, mate. I think that's like life's big struggle, isn't it? Trying to get a balance on diet and training. And like, you get it with the kids in here now, don't you? When they train these days, it's like who was it? It was Smigger.
Yeah.
Big Paul said to me, he said, Bill, it's 75% what you eat,
Yeah.
and 25% how you train.
You know, sometimes I put it even higher, Bill. The food.
Yeah, do you think so?
Food even higher, mate.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at fellas who come to the gym, right, and I might see them train every day, and I don't see no improvements of it, because I know they just go home and eat curly whirlies. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And go to Chippy for the tea. Yeah. And you're never going to see nothing. And kids who start looking well, who are doing a good diet, they'll go, oh, he's on this, he's on that. Yeah. Why don't you just admit, lad, like you go home and you're on the curly whirlies, you're on the apple pie, and you're on the Chippy? I'll go, when I'm doing shit like that, I'll just go, lad, I'm on the curly whirlies, mate. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, we've touched on all your bodybuilding as well. And we've had loads of laughs along the way. And I know when you told me, like when we spoke last time on the first podcast, you were talking about your family and your parents and that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't realise that you'd lost your ma at an early age, Darren. I know that's a tough question. You know what I mean? It's and you didn't really want to go there.
Yeah. You just get, you just one of them, Bill. You just get on with it. I think people who don't get on with it, like.
Because you were talking about living with your nan as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I lived with my nan for a bit, and
she was a bit sly on the al food.
No, she just had to mark me, nan, you know what I mean? But no, I lived in a flat by the time I was 17 on my own and that, you know what I mean? And it was hard living on my own in a flat and that. But I ended up moving back in with my dad. And my dad was a funny fella, Billy, you know what I mean? I only realised how funny my dad was later as you get on and we had this relationship. I remember, Bill, I used to get engaged every other week. My dad would kill me for saying this, but honest to God, lad, I think I'd been engaged about 5 times. I remember coming in to my dad once and my dad went, typical Alaska, you have to pay for like that. I went, it's all right, Dad. And he went, what's this now, you're engaged? And I went, yeah. He went, you've been engaged about 5 times, you cunt. Right? And I went, oh, fuck off. You think this is the one, Bill? So, yeah. He went, you've been down on your knee more times than a priest, just you for twat. And just really witty me dad was, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, they were good. They were really good people.
Yeah, so you haven't had it easy.
No one has, though, Billy. No one's had it easy, do you know what I mean? And you can sit there and you can go, oh, this, that. I used to be really fucking... I had a mate and his mum and dad still did everything for him in his 30s. Yeah. Mine were gone. And then you look at him, you think, and he's, you think, you jammy bastard, mate. You don't know what you've got there. I would have loved to have said, oh, I'm going to my mum's for me tea, or because my dad died quite young as well. Oh, I'm going to see me dad, and I would have loved to me dad to see me kids and all that. But it didn't happen, mate. So you just get on with it. You don't thingy and wither in the past. Oh, well, like, I'm not into all that. Look, just get on. I would have loved this and that to happen, but it didn't happen, Bill. Yeah. So I just like to just cracked on with me goals. I've always been, I know everyone thinks I'm round a bend, but I've always had goals, lad, even when I'm doing competitions. My mate Barry, I always talk about Barry V and Barry Live, right? I set my standards from them, and they were fucking both goal-driven people, you know what I mean? And Barry had win this competition. Barry opened the gym, little Barry opened the gym, and they were winning competition. I thought, mate, they set the standards, for me, and I just tried to do what they did. They were like, I didn't look at fellas in magazines and go, wow. I looked to my own and got inspiration out of me own. I didn't get inspiration out of all these Yanks and all that. I wasn't interested in all that. Even like, we used to go to competitions, and for bodybuilders watching, you know what I mean, old school ones, we all looked up to a fella called Gary Lister and Eddie Elwood and Dorian Yates. Dorian was the top, but in NABA we looked up to Gary Lister, and he won everything, and you'd see them at shows, and they were fucking great big units, but they were the lads, Bill. They weren't like today's. If you said to me now, lad, there's a bodybuilding show up there, are you coming? And even though I love bodybuilding, I'd go no. Because, lads, I remember going to a bodybuilding show, and I'm walking, it was in the Park Hall in Warrington, and I'm walking up there, and here's how much it had changed. It had changed from just the lads doing it, right, wearing that heavy grip, just coming in, let no one see you and all that gear, and it wasn't egotistic back then and all that when I was doing it. So now it's dead egotistic. So I walks up to the Park Hall, and I'm like that, and here's a mate of mine, a good pro bodybuilder, John Hodgkinson, and he's standing out. John was a great bodybuilder. He'd done the Olympia and all that, which the highest you can be, you know what I mean? I had him at my gym, great bodybuilder, fucking huge, mate. And he's our age, Bill, a bit older than me. And he's standing outside, sitting on the wall, and he sees me walking up, and he just shakes his head. And I looks, lad, and here's all these fellas outside. They do this thing called board shorts, Billy. Yeah. Where they don't really train the legs, and, they're like models, mate. And that's not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding's just saying your legs, saying every body part, rough and ready, get in the gym, have a laugh with the lads, saying that was what bodybuilding was in my area. Now these fellas have come in called board shorts, and they were putting makeup outside on. Lad, there was some bird doing some fella putting mazzy on him and all that, and a bit of blush here. Lad, I walked up like a fucking gob on me, like a robber's dog. And John went to me, what's happening here, lad? And I went, what the fuck's going on? He went, this is how it's gone. Yeah. And they were all outside, and they all had no top on. They were all showing off and getting pictures done. We never done that. I've hardly got any pictures. There's a few old pictures on the wall there. They're covered in shite, Bill. Do you know what I mean? But these were all like, oh, look at me. And I went, it's finished.
So you think bodybuilding's changed from back in the day?
Changed.
Yeah.
Fucking
Massively,
hell,
yeah.
mate. For me, it's finished. Even though it can only competed in 2019 and won a couple of shows then, and it's finished, mate.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. For other people on another journey, maybe they only know bodybuilding from that, so it's the start of their journey. But for me, the old school,
you've just got to flip the chapter, move on.
Yeah, I've moved on, mate. I've moved on. Look, I'll help the kids if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I've seen.
But I've moved on from it, mate. I'd rather just be in with the likes of yourself, a couple of other good mates. We train, we have a grin, and I'll coach. Yeah. But only the lads in my gym. I'm not coaching outsiders or nothing like that. Just the people that train, me PTs and me people I've got round me. That's it. Just keep it small. Yeah.
So a little one as well that you spoke about. You know, like the Zor Wars back in the day.
Yeah.
No one gets called a bouncer these days, do they?
No, it's an American name.
Bounce. But you were talking about Joe Hannaford and how we control the doors.
Yeah. So Joe,
tell me about that as well. Tell the people your story.
Joe's writing a book at the moment, Bill. We're going to go along and see Joe.
We are, yeah.
We're writing a book.
Looking forward to that.
I know Joe. I always speak highly of Joe because he looked after me as a kid. And Maureen, his wife. Yeah. When my mum died, they'd phone me up and want me to go along for me tea. Do you know, all that gear? Because I was still only young, Bill. And she'd go, come on, lad, come along for your tea. I'm all right, Mo. You know, come along. If you need anything, lad. And they were really upset. Do you know what I mean? Because we're all from the same area. Yeah. And what it was with Joe, he looked after me, he took me under his wing. But like, how things were different back then to doors now. There was proper hard cases ran doors, Bill. Yeah. You know, I won't mention, because I don't want to mention any names, but you know the lads, Alliance Premier, they were the top firm. They were the hard cases, mate. No one fucked with them, mate. They were solid, them lads, all worked. You knew if you got in with that firm, mate, you had no problems. And that's how most firms, I mean, I worked at the South End firm as well. They were like that. And I also worked for Joe Mack. Joe was old school, you know. Joe would just have you to straighten it here and there now. Do you know what I mean? Joe was a proper character, Joe. Joe's passed away. But Joe Hannaford, mate, I remember he phoned me up one day, and this is how people get jobs now on the door in a job centre, don't they? I spoke about in the last podcast. But this is how doors got took over. So Joe phones me up one day, he goes, hello, lad. So that's the way Joe talks, deeper than fucking me, lad. Hello, lad. I said, all right, Joe. He said, look, lad, he said, do you know Pickwick's? I said, Terry Phillips's place. He said, yeah. Well, there's a new bar open there. He said, will you meet me there, lad? He said, about fucking 9 o'clock. And me and another lad when I met Joe. So I said, all right, Joe, I'll meet you there. I didn't know what we were doing. So when we got there, there's about 9 doormen on the front. Joe gets out the car. And I went, what's up, Joe? So he goes, we're taking this door. I'm only fucking 18, you know what I mean? All these fellas on the door, like 35, fucking 40, 20 odd. And my mate was only young as well. I'm standing there with Joe, you know what I mean? He went, we're taking this door, lad. And I went, all right. So Joe walked up to the door. And I was behind him, and he went, I won't say the fella's name because I wouldn't want to embarrass him. Where's blah, blah? So they all looks at Joe and they all shits, you know what I mean? We're made up standing with Joe. And where's blah, blah, lad? So he goes, he's inside. He went, well, fucking get him out. You know, like that. And the fella come out and he went, he seen him. And he went, Joe. He said, Joe went, get on the fucking car park. And he went, Joe, you don't realise it. He went, sure, door in it, get on the car park. And he went, I've got money in this bar. I've put money in it, Joe. It's my bar as well. And the owner come out and Joe went, come on. Right, next minute the fella bolted, mate. So Joe goes over to the owner and he goes, look, the owner weren't happy with him anyway. He did have money in the bar, this fella, and he goes, look, you're happy for me to take over? And the fella went, yeah, fucking sound. Fucking size of Joe in the way you could fight. You know, you were going to be happy with him, lad. Yeah. You couldn't have said no. He was proper old school, mate. You know, he's an ex-pro who at the drop of a hat had the fight. And when his book comes out, we're going to help him with his book. He's written now, just give him a little touch on it.
Yeah.
It'll be a boss book to read, you know what I mean? So all the doormen are standing there, and they were all big lumps, you know what I mean? And I knew a few of them from Vic's gym, and I'm standing there with Joe, and they all went to him, Darren, will you ask Joe, can we have a job? You know, like, they never stood on with the fella, because they knew they would have got flattened by him.
Yeah.
And we're standing there, ask Joe, can we have a job, lad? So Joe went to me, yeah, who's all right out of these, lad? I said, only the kids who knew it. I went, he's all right, he's all right. He went, you fuck off, you fuck off, you fuck off. And he fucked them all off. And he went to me, my mate, and you are on this tour tonight. And that's how doors got tucked. There was no phone the police, and there was no stuff like that. I remember getting nicked one for an assault when the badges first come in. And it was just before, like, the changeover for the badges, and the busy said to me, and I'd been nicked for an assault, and he said to me, do you know what, Darren? He said, we'd rather have the old school doorman on like yous, you know what I mean? He said, you know, I know you're getting in a bit of trouble and that. He said, but you know what happens now? He said, some of the doormen, when it goes off in the bar, they ring for the police to come and help them. Bill, if it goes off, they ring for the police.
It's different breeds, isn't it?
Different breeds. So the police were always having to come and rescue these doormen for a fight. So the police had their hands full. They said they would rather have the old school doorman on. And there was no trouble. Okay, they give the odd backhander out and someone got a hiding. But it was always like, most of the time, it was always deserved, mate.
I got a fucking slap off a bouncer once.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in heaven.
Yeah.
You know,
I had Evan, Billy.
I was, might have even been you, Darren.
No, I had the
Evan. I was in a toilet and I was up to no good. I was having a line. I was with a few lads.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And they wanted to talk and come in, and I was just like, being dead or whatever to that, mate. And he didn't do nothing that week, right?
Yeah.
I think what he's done, he's seen me with a few of the lads.
Yeah.
Thought, like, that's a bit too much for him. Just let it ride. And a week later, I went in there, Sunbed, and I was only young. I went in, had the night about. On the way out, he said to me, hey, you, come here.
Yeah.
Right, and I swear on my mar's life, right, Darren, I went, what is it, mate? And I recognised him straight away. And he's bouncing down these stairs. He's marching down these stairs. And he's threw the biggest hook you could ever fucking throw, right? Bang! And he's connected. Right, he's connected. And I felt it right on my chin. And I just stood there. I didn't budge. I didn't fall. I was wired, like, know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just rooted, and I went, mate, what was that? What was that?
Yeah.
And the police were there behind us in a van and that, and they were all like supporting the doorman as well, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go away, lad, go away. But that kid, right, I don't know who he is, but he was looking at me, and he knew that he never put me down. He must have
probably
felt.
arse when
And he went,
you know what I mean?
He went, you're on one, you aren't you?
Yeah.
I just went, mate, what was that? I
What
just
was
walked
that
away.
all about, yeah.
No, and you know, that's I've had a few fights as well. You know, I don't know why. You know, I've been in down Slater Street or somewhere, and all the Irish were on the doors, and you know, being in on my own. I used to go out there and you know, felt dead lonely. Let's go meet a bird and then go. How'd you be? Stands at a bar in a Lacoste trackie and think. You know, how'd you meet a bird? You got to go to pubs or something.
Yeah, back then you did.
Yeah, I didn't know you did.
Facebook and social media.
There was none of that. And you know, there's a little bit of a
house phones up.
There was a little bit of a kick-off in the booze, and or in this club, and I got dragged out with them. I was nothing to do with them, by the way. And I wasn't even speaking to them. And my jacket was inside, and I said to the Irish drummer, I said, yeah, mate, let me go back in. I have nothing to do with this, know what I mean? Let me get my jacket.
Yeah.
He said, get the fuck. And I'm fuming by this time. I'm bladdered as well, know what I mean? I'm game. I'm only young, 25 or something. And I said, yeah, mate, I'm sorry about that, let's see. And as he's put his hand out, I banged him, know what I mean?
It's like guns.
And I just stole it on him. No, and you know, and he dragged me, Darren. No,
fair enough, Bill, you know what I mean?
Stole
but you've got to expect that when you're working anyway, lad.
But what's happened, mate? I'm on top of him, and I've got this other bouncer on top of me.
Yeah.
Right, and I remember telling Peter Mizzou about this, you know what I mean? You never go to town on your own, Bill. Yeah. And he had this other bouncer on top of my neck, and I'm getting booted and wellies everywhere. Right, and the fucking police are coming, and I got nicked and everything, got charged.
Yeah.
Got charged with a Section 47 assault. The kid went to court as well.
Oh, man, you used to have to go to court, and you used to have to stand there, though, Bill, years ago, and you had to make an oral committal.
Yeah.
And you had to say, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore.
It didn't
all
get that
started,
far. It didn't get. I see the
That's
kid.
when you went to Crown.
Yeah.
You had to do that.
The kid in the Mad, he come up to the magistrates, and I was looking at him thinking, mate, you change on me.
What a shit house.
No, I didn't go out there and start
Bill,
throwing
that way in our
blows.
game going to court. If you got to hide in here, one time we'd go back to the Evan.
Yeah.
Me and my mate Big A. I'll just call him Big A because I don't like to throw people's names in. You know what I mean? And we're standing on there, me and him, and a certain South End firm come in, and he got his gear took off him, off one of the doormen. So he comes to me because I was running the door for someone. He comes, I'm only 21, Bill. You know what I mean? And he comes to me and he goes, "Hey, you're running this door." This is how he spoke to me, Bill. "You get my fucking gear back. One of your lads has just took the gear." So I said, "Mate, look, if you want the gear, go and fucking get it yourself."
Yeah.
Now, when I spoke to the doorman, I said, "Have you just took..." Because I went into taxing, Bill. And I said, "Have you just took his gear?" So he went, "Yeah." I went, "What are you doing?" And he went, "I'm keeping it down." I went, "Well, fucking keep it down. I'm not asked." Right? So he come over to me, "You got me gear?" So I said, "No, you're not fucking getting it. He's keeping it." So as I turned me side to him, he got a chair. And he went like that with the chair. And he went to hit me. And I just connected, Bill. Right? And hit him on the napper. So he just went spark. And then everyone was going, "Wow." He was with a load of angers on. "Do you know what you've done, lad? Do you know what you've done? You've hit blah, 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 blah." Me and Big A, we just got him out. Opened the fire exit and we just thrown him out. You know what I mean? Fucking sparked. That night, somebody come down and went, "Yeah, fucking, you've hit blah, blah." And he went like that, Bill, with one of them. So I thought, fucking hell, he went, "Who hit him?" And I went, "Me. I hit him." So he went like that and he didn't have the arse to do it, Bill. And he was screaming, pointing it at me, he was screaming. And he ended up putting it away. And this is, I got barred from Gym 21 for this, right? Yeah. I used to train, it was Vic's gym, and it moved to 21. I got barred for this, me and my mate Big A. And so I went to Vic's gym all week, and this South End firm used to train in there, lad, right? And you'd know them if I said to him, they were a big firm, you know what I mean? And no one messed about with them. And there was a few like who messed about with them, but like no one. It was just a small firm, Bill. You know what I mean? And I taught all the lads. This is about loyalty. I'll tell you a story about loyalty. I taught all the lads were dead loyal, and I taught everyone who worked with me was loyal, and everyone on the door was loyal. I taught no one's a shit house, because I didn't talk like that. But some fellas would say, "Oh, I've done this, and I'm not a shit bag, and I've done that." I wouldn't talk like that. I was just loyal. And as I said to you before, if it went off, I would never leave you, mate.
Get leather together.
Get leather together, as we say, lad. And what happened was, I trained in that fucking Vic's gym, which was Gym 21 then all week. And this firm, I seen them in there. No one said nothing to me, Bill. No one said nothing. And then I went to me dad's for me dinner. And it was very rare I went to me dad's then. I had a little flat on Scotty. And I went to me dad's for me dinner. And I'm sitting on the pat. Next minute, the kid who pulled the piece on me is walking down me dad's pat. And I went, my sister goes to me, "Do you know this cunt?" And I went, "Yeah, this is for me." So I only had me slippers on. And he went, "Yeah, I've come for a straightener, lad." And I said, "Sound, mate." Knocked on me dad's door. I don't know if he found out where I lived. But it did. So a few North Enders snitched on me where I lived to this firm, right? Yeah. And so it gets fucking, comes out, said, "You're on your own, lad." He goes, "Yeah." So when I walks up, when I gets there, Bill, there's about 15 of them at the top of me arse close. And only one of the lads there who follows me, he went, "Fucking hell, lad, remember seeing you get leathered?" Do you know what I mean? For a load of fellas. And he did leather me, Bill, and I walks up and he went, and a fella went to me who I knew I had worked with on the door, and he went, "Darren, having the straightener, lad." I said, "No problem, mate."
Was rattling the cage there?
Yeah. I said, "Having the straightener, lad. Having the straightener." And I said, "Oh no, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He was there with me, mate, though." Yeah. And he went, "Having the straightener, lad." And I went, "Okay." So as I goes over, and he's just screaming, lad. Next minute, someone just hit me on the back of the head with a duster, Bill. And I went, "Whoa." But I turned round, I was strong. I wasn't no boxer or MMA fighter, but I was fucking strong, Bill. And I took the crack, and I turned round and grabbed him. This one, that's all I could do, lad, you know what I mean? There was 15 of them. And I ended up, everyone getting into me, and they had dusters on, they hit me with bats. I remember getting hit and just going, "Fucking hell, this is heavy." But I always remember thinking, don't go down, lads, because if you go down, you're dead. Once they start standing on your head, you're fucked. And I'm thinking, bam, I'm just like that in the end, Bill. All I could do was that, and they were trying to move my hands, and they broke my cheekbone, they broke my nose, I couldn't see, I ended up in wisdom. But I'm talking about loyalty now, I'm not talking about getting hiding, because everyone gets a hiding, do you know what I mean? I'm talking about loyalty out of people. I mean, mate, right, Big A, he was leaving, Gym 21, Vic's gym, he was leaving it, right? And the same firm turned up to him, and they were outside, Bill, and they all turned up, all in the cars. They found out the time he trained, and they waited. They must have asked some, oh, when does Big A come in? And he said, blah, blah. So they're all waiting outside for him. And here's loyalty for you, Bill. As he's coming out, they give an ultimatum, and they turn round. Now, imagine most fellas now doing this, because people just shoot out your Mars windows and all that now. That's fucking shitbag gear doing all that. Scaring cowardly, people's mums. It's cowardly, it is, lad. And that's the way society's gone now. But this is a staunch fella who, proper loyal friend. And he had the ultimatum. He said, you're either with him, lad, or you're not. And he went, look, it's me, mate. I'm with him. And you know what happened, Bill? He got fucking blitzed, mate. And we were then in the next bed together at Winston. Well, that's loyalty, innit, mate? That's loyalty, mate. And we're talking about these kids, and they go out and they do this now, and they terrorise people's mums, and they think that's like gangster and all that, mate. How many people in that situation would have went, that's me, mate, that lad. I'll stand on with him. Yeah, go ahead, give me the hiding. And he took the hiding and ended up in the next bed to me in Wisdom, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just a proper loyal friend. And see me and him, we opened the gym together, we worked together, we were proper pals. You know, we went our separate ways in the end because the gym didn't work out. Do you know what I mean? It went outside, so it didn't work out. And I think we went on the taxis or something like that then. But loyalty. Also, here's a story for you. I'm in Vic's gym as a kid, and this is another. And I've still got this person round me today. Yeah. He's still with me today. So I'm in Vic's gym, and I'm fucking I'm only 16, and I'm on the cables. And the cables were right by the front door, and no one got shot then. This was 1991. And I'm standing there, right, down the cables. Next minute, these two fellas come in balaclavas. I know what I always remember. They had red around their eyes. It made them look more fucking menacing, lads, you know what I mean? And I went, who the fuck's this? Next minute, they had fucking shotguns. And it was that rare that Vic turned round. Vic was a cracker fella, you know what I mean? Vic turned round, and Vic goes, can I help you? Right? And you know what? This fella who's still with me today, still a friend of mine, still trains at the gym, he's about 65 now, went, it's all right, Vic, this is for me, right? And he ran at them, he pointing shotguns at him, and he ran at them with a chair, Bill, this fella, right? And he shot him in the legs and got off, and the old gym was screaming, and there was smoke all in the fucking sky, and he's on the floor, right? And everyone's screaming. He went, stop screaming. Cool as fuck. Been in a few things with this fella, like, stop screaming. He said, get me up off the floor. I didn't get shot in here. Like, it all ended up coming out, he did. Like, didn't get shot in here. Put me in a taxi and send me the Royal. That just, fellas, like, game as fuck. But that's game. Game's not going round and terrorising someone's mum and dad. If you've got a problem, just go and meet them. Do you know what I mean? There's no need for all that gun and knife thing and all that. You hate someone that much, fucking hell, there's plenty of boxers and gyms will let you go in the ring and sort it out.
And that's it, and you know what I agree, mate, it is, it's horrible.
No, you've got that thing, you know, the knife down and that and all. It's horrible to hear of all these knife crimes. And when I was a kid, if you brought out a knife, you were a shit house. What's the score now?
That's
it. Are you one of the lads?
Definitely not, mate. It's like we're involved in like weapons down and gloves up, and it's that's like an initiative to help kids or youngsters get into training of some kind of physicality or some routine and discipline. You know, if you want,
that's great for the kids. I wouldn't mind getting involved in something like that with you, Bill.
Definitely.
And I spoke to John yesterday, and what's John's second name? I just know him, John the Juice Bomb.
John Burton.
I spoke to John yesterday. John does loads, doesn't he, lad? He's helping all the kids. And it's fellas like us, like you, go, come on, lads, turn that all in. It's fucking gimp gear, mate. You know, it is though, lads, scaring people's mums and dads and going round and doing that. They haven't done nothing. You know, they're just sitting there watching Corrie. Next minute, bing, bing, bing. All the windows go through, and you and your mate are laughing in the car like you're two loons. You're not. You're a shit house doing that.
I think it's you know, a lot. Drugs have got a lot to do with this, though.
They have, lads. But still, even if they have, mate, and someone's robbed your graft or whatever the problem is,
we were talking about it.
Go and see them.
It's not like it was back in the day when we
No,
grew up.
it's
There's
not.
no stray dogs.
No.
Know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
nowhere. There's no straighteners.
No.
Know what I mean? No one goes egging. No one
The
goes.
straightening now is...
too much temptation these days, isn't it, for
Yeah,
kids?
and a straightening now is, lad, you go out with 10 of your mates and jump on some poor
Yeah.
kid. If that would have been years ago, you went, he's a shithouse him. And so have all his mates, and he would have got fucking dogged, wouldn't he, for
Yeah.
it? Now you're not. That's fucking hell. He's right hard case. 10 of them battered that kid.
No.
It's horrible, lad.
It is. But anyway, I tell you what, mate, I've actually loved this second
Well, we've
part.
had a laugh, but it got a bit serious in the end, didn't it, for once?
No,
Fucking
but
hell,
it is.
mate.
It is.
I'm just talking about loyalty and
Yeah.
the way things have changed now. I still like the old school way of things, and people say, oh, Darren, he's old school. I wouldn't rather be any other way, mate.
No, and it's good to
Do you
have
know
a
what I
laugh,
mean?
but it's also
Yeah.
good to talk about the serious sides of life as well.
Yeah,
Know
of
what I mean? Which
course,
you have
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Know what I mean? You've,
Yeah.
you know, I know that you've gone through a lot of loss and
Yeah.
you've persevered, and you know the strength in you.
Yeah.
And you're not stupid, mate, and you're not
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about goals.
Yeah.
You know, how can someone who owns their own gym, right?
Yeah.
You're quite humble because I know
Yeah.
you, Darren.
Yeah.
You know, and I've offered to pay you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
for me sessions and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and you just went, no, Bill, you're no mate of mine.
Mate, yeah.
You know, and that's integrity.
Yeah.
You know, what you see with you is what you get.
Yeah.
So you know, and I'm glad to call you a friend.
Yeah, we'll shake hands properly, boys. The are, lads. What about
No way,
that one?
there's no Freemason.
But Joe, we'll come along and see you soon, lad. Want to get that book out.
Nice one,
Nice
thanks.
one, Bill.